Right, welcome to Diploma in Clinical Hypnosis and NLP, and emphasis on the NLP today. First of all, can we hear from Teresa with your homework results, perhaps? Very good, well done. Do you have any questions, either of you, about yesterday, or shall we continue?
No, I'm excited to start learning about the body language, though. I like the part about that.
Good, because today it's about that. So I do need a volunteer from the studio audience in order to make this make sense. Some things, you know, as you probably found yourself, Teresa, when you start talking about them, it doesn't seem to have the same impact as actually doing it. So if this were a live course, which it is in a way, we would have a volunteer from the studio audience to demonstrate upon, so that we can all understand exactly what I'm talking about. And I would like to, and now that you've volunteered, Teresa, thank you very much, to demonstrate some of the NLP type things. So would you like to say something, and then the wonderful machinery will focus on your lovely face? Say hello.
Okay. I'm really happy to be here. I love this course. I'm having a great time.
Fabulous. Good. Now, do you have anything in mind that's future-based? In other words, something that maybe happened in the past that you think may not go too well in the future, and you would like it to be extraordinarily wonderful? Do you have anything that you would like to be different in the future?
That's a weird one for me. Can I make it up?
No. You can, but it would be a bit pointless.
Okay, Nick, you want to volunteer?
No, I'm good, thanks. I'm enjoying watching it.
Yeah, just leave me drowning here, Nick. Nick, that's good, Nick.
Is there something you'd like to do more of? Is there something you'd like to do more of?
Yeah, I think the workshop is about the only thing that I want to do more of. Before the world shut down, I was trying to fill an enchanted workshop, and it was a little harder than expected. So.
Okay. So can you think right now about the worst case scenario in the past, or even a concern about the future, about, and what is it in your own phraseology? What would be what is the worst that's happened regarding the courses, and what's the concern about the future about the courses? What does that look like? Tell me about that, how you'd phrase it.
Okay, so the worst thing is I put it out there and it doesn't float. Nobody's ready for it. I'm ahead of the game, and sometimes that happens. I'm like a couple years ahead of everybody. And then I just lose my investment, and it feels rejectful, and I doubt myself.
What did you see, first of all, when you thought about that? What picture did you make in your mind?
I had this magic school I was trying to get started, and I was really excited about it, and then nobody came to play.
Okay. So think about that now, about how you put it out there, and go to the point where there wasn't any response, I take it.
Okay.
Okay. So it's usually helpful to close your eyes at this point, because I've got all the information I need, but I would like you to point in time and space to where that picture is, the picture of nobody coming on one of your courses. Just point in time and space where you think you made that picture. Point. You have to lean back a little bit because I can't see you pointing. Okay, there we are. So open your eyes and look at your finger. Okay, look where the picture is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where the magic happens. I want you to invest all of your energy about that event, that picture, that thing that happened in the past, which may have created a little bit of concern about the future. I want you to look at that picture rather than me. It's your picture, and describe it to me. What's happening in that picture? I know this is really tricky for you, but it's very important.
What's happening in that picture?
I'll help you. Is it still or moving?
I guess it's moving.
So it's moving. Is it noisy or silent?
More silent.
Okay. So it's silent and it's moving. Are you in the picture?
No.
Okay. So you are looking at what exactly? What elements are in that picture?
Empty seats.
And is it in colour or black and white?
Color.
Okay. So it's moving, it's in colour, it's, did you say it was silent?
Yeah.
So it's silent, it's moving, and it's in colour. What else can you tell me about that picture? And by the way, put a big black border around the picture. Okay, so it's contained. Tell me more about that picture.
So I guess that's a fear, like of always having empty seats.
Okay, so I recognise it's a fear, but what's actually happening within it? So it's full of fear. It's full of fear. What's the colour of fear? What's the sound of fear? What's the smell of fear? What's the taste of fear? How do you know that there's fear in there? It's a picture. Tell me about it.
It feels empty.
It's empty.
It feels like it doesn't have any substance to it. So it feels untangible, unable to actually hold. It feels lonely. And for some reason I picture yellow. I don't know why yellow.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I kind of know why yellow. Okay, person power. It is. There's like a fear of not trusting.
Not trusting them, not trusting you, not trusting the universe.
Not trusting myself, doubting myself.
Okay. So I know you're making a mental note of all these elements, because in a moment you're going to think of the exact opposite of every one. Because in the knowing how we don't want things to be is also the knowledge of how we'd like things to be. Right. So this is the last time you'll ever have to focus on those empty seats. And you know exactly the distance that that picture is away from you, don't you? Because you just had your finger there. Okay. Yeah. Is it hot or cold?
Cold.
Cold.
It's got a feeling of being left out. I got a flash of childhood playground being left out idea.
Yeah. And in that childhood playground, are there other children in there?
Yes.
Okay. So something's happening somewhere. Maybe there's another person's course where the seats are full. And it's not your course. Is there an element of that there?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah. Maybe not actually a person, but like the idea that somebody else is feeling easier than me.
Okay. Okay. Anything else at all? Any other feelings or memories associated with that?
The observer idea. There's a piece about that, about actually being out of it, not in it.
Okay. So you know You know the things that you said to me, and you know that there's far more within it too, what that represents. What I'd like you to do, Teresa, is turn down the brightness. Is it very bright, by the way? I know it's colourful, but is it bright?
No, it's very muted. That's what's hard to see.
Okay, it's probably all by itself become more muted now, hasn't it?
Mm.
Turn it down even more so it's got really, really dark. And is it clear or is it blurry?
Blurry.
Okay, make it even more blurry and make it darker and darker. So the frame is still there. It's very clearly defined, the frame. But the picture itself is darker and darker and blurrier and blurrier. Yeah? And make it still rather than moving. Okay, so if it's a video, take it to a point where it's the most impactful.
Okay.
Maybe you're just about to start and, oh, there's nobody there. And you get a phone call that they're all on somebody else's course. I don't know, make it up. New
Yeah,
words.
no, that makes sense. And I even got where I think they all are now. Okay.
Okay, yeah. And make it kind of noisy. Make it kind of like white noise, static. The energy of it, it doesn't feel good to you, okay? But it's all really, really blurry, darker, darker, darker. And you can hardly see it now. It's still there, still has impact, but you can hardly see it, okay?
Okay.
Right. Now, open your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly where the frame is. Forget about that for a moment. Now tell me a picture of the exact opposite of that. A picture, either real or imagined, of a full to bursting chord. You're having to turn people away. Yeah, and what that feels like and where that picture is. Tell me all about that one. Ooh.
It's a workshop that Tom and I taught last year. There was 35 people, and there was like, they were all squished in this little place, like little sardines.
So close your eyes. Where's that picture? Point in time and space to that picture.
It's around the same time, I guess. No, it's...
Lean back a little bit so I can see myself. Okay, so it's a different location.
Different location, yeah.
It's a different location that you're pointing to?
Yes, same place though. Like, okay, so they're both on the beach, and one's in one house, one's in another house half a block away.
So where you're actually pointing to physically in the space around you where you're sitting right now, is your finger in a slightly different location to where the frame is?
Yes.
This is important. Okay, right. Now tell me, is that picture of 35 people, is it colourful or is it black and white?
Colorful.
And is it bright or is it dim?
Bright.
Bright. And is it noisy or is it silent?
Noisy.
Noisy. And is it hot or is it cold?
Hot.
Hot, of course it's hot, yes. And tell me more about this wonderful picture.
It's inclusive, it's loud, it's chaotic, it's changing, there's lots of activity.
Brilliant. You're imbuing it now with all that positivity that was there and is even more so now. And I want you to make it bigger, brighter, bolder, noisier, more colourful, fabulous, and you just feel ecstatic about it and fulfilled and inclusive and all the other stuff. You can give it more words, but make it bigger, brighter, bolder, now, more, 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 more. Yeah, okay, now, very importantly, I want you, when I say so, to make it into a tiny, bright star. Do that now. Reduce it right the way down. Tiny, bright star. And because it's so very bright and colourful and wonderful and noisy and energetic as a picture, that tiny star is really bright, isn't it? Fabulously bright, wonderful, lovely. Okay, open your eyes and I'll tell you what we're going to do next. That tiny bright star you're going to put in the bottom right-hand corner of the dark frame, which has got that old and useful picture on it. Right? Only when I say so. You're going to take that tiny bright star and put it in the bottom right-hand corner of the old unuseful picture, okay? And then when I say so, only when I say so, and I'm going to make a whooshing noise. When I say so, I want you to use all the powers of your mind to expand that tiny bright star so much so powerfully. I want you to explode it over that old, unuseful, dim, dark, blurry picture. Can you do that for me? Mm-hmm. And we're going to do it 3 times. I'm just going to change the view to speak of you. It's important that you look at me when we do this. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. So if you've got your tiny bright star, yep, put it in the bottom right-hand corner. Mm-hmm. And when I say so, you're going to explode it all over that frame, right? Only when I say so. So it's in the bottom right-hand corner. Are you looking at me?
Yeah.
Good. And 1, 2, 3. And again, tiny bright star. 1, 2, 3. And again, one more time. Tiny bright star. 1, 2, 3. Now speak to me.
What am I supposed to say? I feel fun.
That old and useful picture, what's happened to that now?
I'd say it's a shadow.
And how do you feel about it?
I feel good. I feel detached, maybe.
And tell me about a time in the future when you're going to be marketing a course.
I'm going to channel the exact right things to say, and the right clients are going to find it. And it's going to be easy. And I fill it in 24 hours, 48 hours.
Well, very matter of fact, isn't it? So if you think about that, the picture, and certainly now I just want to flip back to that childhood scene of the playground. Mm-hmm. How does that feel?
Probably needs a little more work.
Is it less powerful than it used to be?
No.
No, it's still there. So close your eyes. Where's that picture? Point quickly now. Where's that picture? The playground, and you're not included, and everybody else is having fun. Where's that playground now?
So that's funny because I see it here.
Yeah, it's right in front of you, isn't it? And it's much bigger than the other one. There it is, right in front of you. Okay, tell me about it. Is it colourful or black and white?
Black and white.
Okay, so it's black and white. Is it moving or still?
Still.
So it's still and it's black and white. Is it noisy or quiet?
Quiet.
Is it hot or cold?
Cold.
What else can you tell me about it? And on a scale of 0 to 10, how powerful is this right now? Being it's right under your nose. Tell me all about it. On a scale of 0 to 10, where 10 is the most impact, the most powerful it is, where is it on that scale?
I actually think it's an 8.
It's an 8.
Yeah, it's actually making me physically sick.
Yeah. So as it's making you physically sick, where are you feeling it in your body?
Heart and tummy.
So heart and tummy. And when you're feeling it in your heart and tummy, are you, tell me more about it. Tell me more about what it's doing in your heart and your tummy.
It feels like a swirling energy.
Okay, which way is it swirling? Clockwise or anti-clockwise, from your perspective?
Clockwise.
Clockwise. Okay. So it's a swirling energy, it's clockwise, it's still, it's quiet, it's cold. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So you've got all the elements there, yes, and it's right in front of your face, and you've got a big black border around it, right? Okay. Make it dimmer, make it blurrier, make it darker. What's that doing already to the feeling within your heart and stomach? Push it further away, by the way, further away, further away. That deep breath in that you just took, you actually blew it a bit further away. Did you notice that? You're actually blowing it further away. Now that it is aware of you, you are forming a detachment already. Further away, further away, further away. It's getting smaller, isn't it? Getting smaller, it's getting darker, it's getting blurrier. The frame's still there though. We've got to do something about that frame. That dark, cold frame, haven't we? Where's that little star? Let's get that little star of all the successes.
I got bedazzle it.
So you get a little star there, put your little star there, and 1, 2, 3, in your mind, whoosh, blast it, blast it. Use a hose pipe of rainbows and blast it with colour and happy sounds and wonderful energy, and it's spilling over the edges of the frame. Even the black frame is going bright and wonderful and lovely. That was an old newsreel. That was something really old, and it's so far away now, but because it's so wonderful and happy and glorious and colourful and lovely, what's it done to your stomach and your heart?
I still feel like an ache there.
An 8?
Ache.
An ache. Okay, let's get that ache right out of you now, right in front of you. Let's have a good old look at that ache, okay? Get the ache, project it outside of you, and is that ache heavy or light?
Dense.
Dense. So as it's dense, dense doesn't always mean heavy. Is dense, heavy, or light?
Light.
Light. So it's dense and it's light. And what colour is it?
Blue.
Blue. Is it dark blue or light blue?
Light.
So it's light blue. As it's light blue and it's right in front of you now, what are the edges like? Are they rounded or jagged?
It looks like a bone.
Looks like a bone.
Like a hip bone almost.
A hip bone. Well, the hip bone's connected to the something other bone, isn't it? So keep looking at it, keep looking at it, keep looking at it now. And your unconscious mind, some part of you, is going to interact with it. Just keep watching and tell me what happens. It's going to make this all better. Keep watching. What's happening to the edges? What's happening to the density? What's happening to the colour?
It's getting kind of fuzzy.
Oh, fuzzy.
Feels like it's pixelating.
Keep watching. What's happening to the density? If
It's
pixelated.
dissolving.
It's dissolving. What's it dissolving into? When something dissolves, it's got to dissolve into something. What's it dissolving into?
Kind of like ash.
Tell me more. What's happened to the colour?
It's gray.
A soft grey or a hard steel grey? Kind of grey.
More like a hard steel.
And is it noisy or is it quiet?
No sound.
No sound. Okay. What does it feel like now? Keep your eyes closed. What does it feel like inside at the moment?
Better.
Better. So better as in 7 or better as in 2 or 1? Better as in what? Three. Okay, more work to be done. Keep looking, keep looking. Your unconscious is there. There is a part of you, whatever you want to name it, there is a part of you now going, well, thank goodness we've got this awareness going now. Thank goodness it's out of the body, no longer affecting the body in that particular way. This is something now to be dealt with even more. What's happening now?
I'm putting it in a tiny little box.
Tiny little box. Is it a little pretty box, maybe? This little pretty box?
It's a dice for some reason.
Oh, it's a dice. Oh, lucky dice. Okay. What numbers can you see on the dice?
1 and 7.
1 and 7. Okay. Do you want to roll the dice and see what numbers come up?
2 and 5. 2 and 5.
2 and 5. Okay. What else do you want to do with the dice? What does the dice represent to you?
Taking chances.
Yeah, you're going to roll that dice into your future, aren't you? You're going to roll the dice. And is all the luck in the world stacked in your favor? Do you have all the support and all the resources? And have you learned so much from the past that the future is going to be even more glorious than you thought?
Yes.
Yes, of course, yes. And what else is happening to the dice now?
I'm just putting them in my pocket.
Oh, you put it in your pocket. Well, how about you put it back in your pocket so deeply that it's actually in your stomach now? What does it feel like in your stomach? Maybe you want to move it up to your heart. I don't know. This is your body, your dice. You roll in the dice.
We'll put it in between.
Put it in between. And how does it feel now inside?
Better.
Better. Better as in what number?
1.
1. And is it okay as a 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Because you want a little bit of certainty, a little bit of uncertainty, don't we? Because you want to look forward to the future and see how it turns out. You don't want to know it's all predictable, do you?
No.
And sometimes you might put out a crap course, who knows? And then we need to know that's not going to work, is it? What on earth did you put that out for, Teresa? Let's put another one that's bigger, brighter, bolder, fabulous, wonderful. Okay. Lock it in at a 1. Find a way of keeping it at a 1. See that dial? And find a way, a big key or some sort of rope. Make sure that it can never go above a 1. It can go down to a 0 or up to a 1, but that's about it. And when you know you're done, you can open your eyes. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel tricked. I got tricked into healing.
Welcome to the world of NLP. You're trying to trick me into being happy? Oh, for goodness sake. I know what you're doing. You're trying to trick me into being happy. You're very welcome to do it with me at any point in the future. Right?
I will take you up on that.
We're making the intangible tangible. And in the same way that we dream, we dream in pictures and symbology, and what it means to us is the most important thing, not what it means to other people. Though there are certain commonalities of symbols, of course, ancient and modern symbology, what it means to us, like the dice, is the most important. And whilst as NLP practitioners we can lead, we also allow the client or the subject to correct us every step of the way. And boy, do they. When you're in the throes of a particular feeling or a particular process, if the NLP practitioner hasn't got it quite right or oversteps the mark, the client, the subject, will bring them back. Did you feel that, Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
You had to put me right a couple of times. which is good. And that's why, as in hypnotherapy, NLP is a dance. The NLP practitioner leads at some point and steps back at other points, allowing the subject, the client, to redirect. And the end goal, the outcome frame, is that everything is better than before. Everything is right, even those things that weren't quite before, everything is right now. And the test at the end is the calibration about this thing that used to cause an unsettling, that used to cause, even in your case, a visceral response within. So tell me now what it feels like inside when you tell me in a more matter-of-fact manner about how things used to be with that playground.
It feels more like a growth experience and less like a hurt.
And if you think about trying to look at that picture again and where it is, that memory, point to it now.
It's outside.
Pardon?
It's outside my body now.
Where is it?
It's outside my body. It's more here.
Well, it was outside your body before, but it was right here. You were
I know. It felt like it was surrounding me, and now it's like more up and to the left.
And is it bright, dim, blurred, colourful? What is it now?
No, it just feels kind of like a magazine, like something I looked at. Detachment.
Yeah. So you actually feel that dissociation, that detachment. Mm-hmm. Does it really feel like the past?
Yeah, it actually does, because, yeah.
Yeah. Before it was right in front of you. It was almost like you'd have to look over it and around it in order to get stuff done. But now it's kind of over to the side. And by the way, can you tell me something about last Christmas?
It was a wonderful Christmas. It was probably
So your past, as I'm looking at you, is over there. So as we didn't draw out timelines, and there's no need to with people, but people either have a kind of past where, for example, the past could be here, the present here, and the future there, or it could be the other way around. Or you could have the present here, the future there, and the past behind you. That little test about tell me about last Christmas shows me where your timeline is, and you referred to the same location. So I'm happy now that this is firmly in the past rather than right in